Allow me to introduce myself. This is Pangolin Advisor, and on this fine night, I'll take you on a magnificent adventure into the stars as I complete, hopefully, not die in the process, but hopefully just complete my quest to find a new civilization, blow it up ever so slightly, reach the end of the game and blow up some more stuff, blow up the mothership, and then celebrate by blowing more things up. So, with that in mind, let us go ahead and start a new game. So, oh man, first of all, I'm watching two screens at the same time, somewhat awkward, but that is okay. What is important is that you can see things just fine. So, first of all, which ship am I going to play as? That is a good question that I am not sure yet, so let us pick one right now. I could try to unlock one of the ships I don't have yet. One of them is Stealth Cruiser Type B. The issue is, Stealth Cruiser Type A requires a lot of micromanaging in the early game, and I'm not warmed up for that. Rock Cruiser Type B, let's see, I will need 2 rock achievements. Find a secret sector, yeah, that never happened to me. And have my crew kill a burning enemy on the ship while using a rock cruiser. I was trying to do that several times in the past, and I was unable to do so. They just died too fast for my crew to be able to do the deed. That's about it, however, so... yeah, let's try this. I feel like Rock Cruiser Type A will serve us well on this fine night. For tonight, it's going to be the Bulwark, except we have to rename it, of course. And that's going to be, let us see, Pangolin's Royal Starfleet. Pangolin. PRS Pangolin, that sounds really dumb. That's perfect! Because this is going to be a random event that we will go through. So, let us see, our crew, I'm going to go for the same naming convention as last time. So we've got the brains, since we are Pangolin. We're going to have... this guy looks kind of dark. Dark, edgy. So he's probably claws. And this faithful fella is going to be Scales. Although Scales will come later, we need to start with legs first. In my opinion, having somebody man the engines is more important than manning the shields, so... very well. So with that in mind, I will just go ahead and start. We do have rock plating, which is absolutely amazing, and 2 missile modules, which does provide some challenges, but we'll be able to wreck everything in the early game. So, with that in mind, let us start our adventure. And I will not read the intro, we all know what the intro says. Everybody is in their positions. Excellent, let's power up the weapons. We need them powered up at all times, of course, since I will be doing quite a bit of blowing upping. And I do want to come by this nebula, and then I'll be able to swoop around like this. Excellent. Seems like a fairly promising first sector. And let us go on. Oh, another rock friend, except it is a pirate. That is unfortunate. I barely have time to register jump completion before my ship warns me of an incoming ship with weapons hot. Let us continue. So, I will not enable the auto fire. And the enemy, actually, hold on a second. Intruder on board. Let's kill him, but before I do anything, let's kill the enemy weapon systems. And with the whole missile... let's see... how many missiles does it use? I think it just uses 1 missile, right? Okay, excellent. Let's kill the enemy teleporter, let's make sure this guy cannot go away. And then finish the enemy off. So let's make sure they cannot dodge us in any way, shape or form. Nicely done. And then we just need to finish them off. So again, shouldn't be a problem. Claws is getting his claws dirty, but it should be fine. And how much damage do those deal? They both deal 2 normal damage, I see. Oh, then in that case, let's speed this up. So 2 more hits should be enough to finish this guy off. Not quite, of course, but they do have some hull breach from what I heard. Okay, well, let's kill them off. Let's get our claws person healed up. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial substantial collection of useful scrap materials. That was actually quite a lot of scrap, I'll be honest with you. I did like that quite a lot. Fortunately, the plus side of having a rock-only crew is that they have a lot of HP. The minus side is that it takes forever for them to heal up, and they're very slow to return to their posts as well. But such is the way of things. I picked this ship after all, so I need to be able to deal with what I did. Let's see, what is the stress signal all about? I find a number of ships fleeing from a small space station. I hail them, ask them what's wrong. Help! We're being overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders! That seems like a problem. Giant alien spiders are no joke. I'm sadly not going to risk my own crew to help some random aliens on a backwater station infested with giant spiders. I mean, would you do that? I wouldn't. And yeah, that's about it. Let us go ahead and hide inside the nebula to ensure that the rebels cannot target us and it will take them longer to track us. And let's see, I didn't read what it said, but this is a fairly powerful enemy ship. Let's see, they have a bunch of energy, regular laser weapons. I'll need to do everything I can to destroy them, so yeah, all the power I can into weapons and the remaining power into engines. Artemis into drone support, actually the other way around. Wait, no, I need to disable drone support ASAP because this one is going to deal the most damage to me, and it's going to deal a lot of damage. Thankfully, I do have rock plating, but... oh, yeah, okay, that is why I needed to disable this thing ASAP, because... Okay, it's now disabled. Excellent. If I enable my shooting, it will not be able to punch through, and hopefully everything will be stabilized. Of course, I don't have engines working anymore, but that is fine. I also don't have oxygen. That is a little bit of an issue, but thankfully not a very big issue. So I'll be able to deal with that. Let's enable oxygen. Hey, there is actually a fire here. Thankfully I don't care about the fire all that much, so it's gonna be fine. Let's finish the enemy ship off. And with that, we're fine, hopefully. The ship explodes and yada yada yada, useful scrap material, we all know the drill. Let's power up the engines, enable our sensors. It's not like the sensors are going to work, of course, but I do want to have the sensors working before I move on anywhere. Legs is a little bit injured, but that's nothing a little bit of bandage cannot help fix. So I'll just let him stay injured for a while. Yeah, like the kind of 9 cells, no oxygen, no problem. With no oxygen there is no fire, so yeah. There's nothing here, save for vast swirls of gas, reflecting rays... Apparently I cannot speak. Rays from a distant sun. That is wonderful, but I was hoping to get some scrap metal. That is fine, however. I'm running low on missiles. Of course, 18 is not low per se, but I do not have any other weapons, so I need to find something that doesn't use missiles ASAP. I arrived to find a ship floating among some debris. Hello? Our impulse drives are shot and we can't jump. Could you give us some fuel? Well, I could give them fuel. But 15... bit risky. I'll just apologize and move on. We understand. Please send help our way if we meet anyone trustworthy. I'm sorry to say this, NG, but the game we're playing right now is FTL. And if I learned one thing in FTL, is that there's nobody trustworthy in here. Almost every distress signal is a trap. So yeah, I recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails me and offers laborers for cheap. Alright, I would like a slave, but I would like a slave for free. So let's attack them and force them to give us a slave. This should be an easy fight. They do have a missile, so let's work on disabling that ASAP. And then disable their controls, make sure they cannot dodge our missiles. And this should be okay. I just took a bit of a beating, but this should be a non-issue. Oh, and I'm venting atmosphere. Maybe I can get them to just die out, but never mind, they're surrendering, and they're offering slaves as a tribute. I was hoping for something a little bit better than a human. I mean, what are humans good for, right? But news would do, I suppose. Right, so news. First of all, you're going to work on the shielding. Secondly, don't make no mistake. You were on a slaver ship and you were given to me as payment for not killing them. So in my opinion, sorry, that's the wrong button. You're still a slave, so I have all the right to rename you to Scales, because you take care of our wonderful Scales. And yes, you are not getting paid for this job. Excellent, let's move on to another location. And this time around I found a forward scout of the rebel fleet. How quaint. And they are powering up their FTL. That is annoying considering how powerful their weapons are. I need to disable them pronto and then try to make them not run away. I'm about to get hit real hard. But okay. I was able to disable the enemy weapon systems, which is nice. My shields are also disabled, which is not so nice. I don't need to disable their shields, so let's not worry about that. Oh my. I have taken quite a bit of damage. I wonder if everything is okay. Let us send a human slave to fix everything. And that's, as they say, is that. So the ship breaks apart and I am relieved to know that I am still one step ahead of the fleet. Oh, that's a fair argument. Since humans are made of meat, they make for perfect meat shields to protect our rock crew. Yeah, that's how I use this fella. Alright. Before you are allowed to go back to your post, you have to fix the med bay first. And since you're doing that, I might as well send brains and claws to heal up a little bit. Hurry it up, human. I'm not paying you. Actually, yeah, that is right. I am not paying you. But if I were paying you, you would be working very slowly, so work a little bit faster for the future. Okay, everybody return to your posts, and I need to assign new posts since Scales doesn't know this is his desired post just yet. With that in mind, I can move on to the next location. If I go south, if there is a south in space, will I be able to then run back north before the rebel fleet catches me? Probably not. Let's try it anyway. And let's see what I find. A missile shoots across my bow when the jump completes. My scans quickly reveal a ship with barred markings pursuing an unknown vessel. The pirate hails me. Dad, we're unexpected company. Stay out of this and you could profit. Well, that is not the best bribe I have ever seen, but killing those guys would cost me a lot of missiles, and I'm running really low on missiles, so yeah, sure, give me what you've got. Good choice, son. We've both come out of this richer. That we have. Living the life of a pirate is sure wonderful. It's kinda hilarious. Yesterday I was full of bloodlust and I turned out to be a pacifist. This time around I am just merciless. Maybe it's because I didn't drink any Earl Grey just yet, so allow me to fix that issue. No, I am still vicious, but this is delicious. Once I arrive, my screen lights up with warnings. A nearby pirate seems to have advanced hacking tools, and I have tried to shut down my engines. My crew managed to keep them barely operational and then move into attack. Excellent. What does the enemy ship have? Just the standard weapon array with missile and non-missile and other stuff. Let's make sure they cannot run away. Oh yeah, and they cannot operate engines. That is somewhat awkward, but that is how it is sometimes, I suppose. I've taken a little bit of damage to my hull. Such as the way of things sometimes, I suppose. Let's disable their everything and kill the enemy ship off. This should be an easy engagement. I am running lower and lower on missiles. And by the way, Cat on Nine Tails. I knew you were going to say that there is a south in space. Since technically speaking, most of our galaxy is on a single plane, right? I mean, kind of a single plane, because of the way things orbit each other. So yeah, there is a south in space. But I don't believe it is where the south of this map was. Either way, with the pirate ship destroyed, my ship's systems are restored to full functionality. I salvage what I can from the debris. Wonderful. That wasn't so bad. I have lost some missiles, or rather used up some missiles. And is there going to be a trap? This beacon has been built for a nearby civilian space station. No one hails my ship. But maybe I want to hail their ship. Why do you just assume that I am not interested in a civilian space station? Maybe I want my people to chillax in... Oh. As soon as I arrive, a small mantis ship detaches from a wreck and jumps away. I must have interrupted the salvage operation because I find a weapon ready to be installed: swarm missiles. Now this is cute and fun. Swarm missiles are... I just really like using them, honestly, they're a lot of fun. The issue is... that, well... Let's activate them, but the issue is that I still have mostly missile weapons, and I was hoping to have a non-missile weapon if at all possible. So, either way, let's go ahead and jump, and that is a fair point, Cato Ninetales. Technically speaking, by galaxy standards, Milky Way is paper thin. So, I have arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, I can jump to the next sector. I see a civilian space station with heavy damage. I receive a message. We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. I don't know what voice that was supposed to be. Unfortunately, I do not have any drone parts. I do have 69 scrap, which is the perfect amount. That's everything for this sector. Let's jump to the new one and let's choose the path that we're going to take. So, the lower path brings us through some more dangerous territories, which I do like. The upper path takes us through civilian sector, which is boring. We were just in a civilian sector. Let's go to a parent controlled sector, because we can get more spoils over in there. Every game you want to go to the most hostile environment possible to get rich, and later on you want to stay away from those if you can. And yes, I do need a module for 3 missiles. If the reports are true, this area has been under the control of pirates for quite some time. Some traders still attempt to trade with the few settlements that remain, but they do so at a great risk. By the way, I should have asked this sooner, but do let me know if the audio levels are fine. Anyway, let us jump to the next location. There is a nebula, but it is at the far edge of the system, so it's probably not going to be that helpful. Let's go south and then up north and see if we can maybe find a star. That is not a star, that is a star. This beacon has been placed too close to a supergiant class M star. Last time I flew past one of those, I almost lost a run, and it cost me most of my ship's hull. If you watch the previous live stream, you know what I'm talking about. So, the ship will gradually overheat until I get out of here, or die. A pirate, apparently oblivious to the danger of the sun, moves in to engage. Well, of course he moves in. He's got some fairly good energy weapons, so let's go ahead and fire the swarm missile ASAP to try to disable the enemy weapon systems, and that is excellent. They are somewhat disabled. They are even more disabled now. Excellent. Let's charge up swarm missiles and just murder the enemy. How much damage do they do per shot? 3. So 3 and then 2, and this should be enough. Alright, O2 is down, and I can't even send a human to help because he is useless. And I do not dare open the doors when O2 is down. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Good, because I have 6 missiles left. This might be a very short playthrough if this situation does not improve. Alright. Legs. Work your legs at making sure this fire is out, since if you do not do such a thing, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Oxygen is being repaired and the solar flare is about to burst out. That is fine, however, let us jump out of here. A small pirate ship messages me. "This sure is a shiny ship you got there." I fire a warning shot across the bow and they respond, "Hey, no need for violence, it was just a comment." Sure, I have no problems with comments that compliment my ship. My ship is very great after all. It is amazing. I raised it myself. Either way, let us go ahead and jump to another sector, another distress beacon, and there's still no shop in sight. Makes me somewhat tempted to upgrade my ship, but I do need to save money just in case I can find a new weapon at a shop, so yeah. So what I find is a ship emitting a distress beacon, and they message me, "Sorry to bother you, but we're out of fuel and we can't get out of this barren sector. Could you help us out?" This is somewhat tempting actually. I am low on fuel, but I am even lower on missiles, and hopefully they are going to give me missiles. So let us see what they give me. I give them fuel, and they give me a stats. No, not what I needed. Thank the gods, we can finally get out of here. We're dropping straight home, so take this extra weapon. We won't need it, hopefully. Guess what? I don't need it either. It's a nifty weapon to have under some circumstances. But I need something that doesn't use missiles. And right now I don't have that, and a pulsar. And I don't know if I have enough missiles to finish this guy off, hopefully. I arrive to find Pulsar dominating the view screen. I see a small silhouette pass in front of the star. Before I can ponder what it is, warning signals go off. It appears to be a ship in a firing trajectory. Oh, well. Can I kill the enemy is a question. Let's activate the home missile. Oh, they have a flag. Let's disable it ASAP. So they're going to get the first volley off. And a lot of things have been disabled. That is alright. I can potentially destroy their... Let's destroy their weapons. Let's destroy their everything. Right, they resisted the damage. That is not good. For a very simple reason that, well... I have 3 missiles left. Fire the O2, maybe they'll die out of the lack of... Okay, they're sending a message, good. Your ship is surprisingly well equipped. Please take this and let us live. Apparently I only have one pirate voice. I'm sorry, maybe that's how they talk. I'll accept their offer because missiles. And I don't have enough missiles to keep killing them. So yes, another important factor. Okay, my ship is ready to jump away, but I'll wait until my shields recharge a little bit. A little bit more. And there we go. So let's see. Still no shop inside. Of course, this is quite expected in a pirate space, but maybe I can find one. Let's get out of here, and what do I find? Not too far from the beacon, I detect a destroyed cargo ship with its cargo scattered in nearby, intact. This looks suspicious. Let us bring it aboard. The cargo was primarily consumer goods and clothing. Nothing particularly useful, but have you ever seen a pangolin wearing clothes? Neither have I, but it probably looks hilarious. Let us collect some scrap. And let us move on to a store! Yes, right away. I need a new weapon so badly. A few small ships are visible on the vid screen, and I almost activated weapons targeting. However, sensors indicate that they are simply honest merchants. The pirates must be making me jumpy. I message them asking about their wares. Let's continue. Ooh, cloaking is so fun. But no. Weapons are my most important stuff, so I can get an iron blaster, which is nice, but it doesn't kill stuff. And I need things that kill stuff. So they don't have too many, they aren't saying too many things. They have very cheap hull repair. So that is absolutely amazing. So firstly, I need to decide which weapon I keep, which weapon I get rid of. So regular hull missile, it deals twice the damage on systemless rooms. This might be good for saving some of my missiles. It does take a long time to charge, of course. Let's see, next up we've got a swarm missile, which I'm a big fan of, and it charges up super fast. I mean, the first charge charges up super fast. But honestly, I think I would rather just keep the hull missile. Artemis, again, we all know the good old faithful. But the thing about Artemis is that hull missile is more efficient if it is used against a systemless room. And finally the stun bomb, I'm not gonna use that. Let's sell it. Let us buy a flak cannon. And if I sell the swarm missiles, I could also get the iron blaster. I like this idea. I'm gonna get the iron blaster. got a bit more scrap left around. I'll use it to heal up as much as humanly possible. Thankfully, my rock ship does have rock plating, so it should be fine with the amount of healing I just gave it. I am somewhat tempted to sell one more missile weapon. And considering... then again, keeping both of those weapons will allow me to have very versatile arsenal. So I will keep them and sell them later if it is absolutely necessary. For the time being... yeah, I don't have enough... I know, I would need to upgrade my system to get better Ion Blaster. That can wait. I just got it, I shouldn't have gotten it yet. Oh well. I'm going to power up the flak. That is going to be my main weapon of choice in the future. Backed up by Artemis, of course. So, with that in mind, let us keep jumping. There is a distress call. But I think I can visit one more location before I go there. Thank you for being so interactive, Color Ninetales. You bring a smile to my face. I forgot about the fuel! No! No! That is an issue, alright. But, there's an abandoned system, and scans revealed a nearby mining platform with some salvageable materials. That is all hunky-dory, but those materials do not provide me with fuel. I could go back to a shop. Or, wait a second. 2 fuel, 1 fuel, 0 fuel. I only have 14 scrap. Let us hope I find some fuel. Right? That is good planning. Hope for the best. Either way, as soon as I arrive at the distress signal, shuts a fire toward my ship. A trap. Well, let's deal with the trap. First of all, let's target the enemy... shields so that I can use the flak effectively. And hopefully the shields will go down. They did. Excellent as fire. Okay, let's repair our sensor. Let's toggle auto-fire on the flak since the enemy shields are down. And make sure that the enemy weapon systems cannot go back up. Well, a little bit more damage has been dealt. Now I need to disable the enemy shields so that they cannot go back up. Well, yes, disable the enemy engines. That is good enough, I suppose. They only have 2 crew members. If I had a teleporter, I could potentially maybe take them at some point, but I don't. Either way, I keep their damaging weapons down. The Ion Blaster is a bit of a pain, but nothing I cannot really handle. And that is an issue. I wasn't able to punch through the shielding, so I could use an Artemis, but I think I'm going to be fine regardless. And the enemy is destroyed. Excellent. Saved some missiles. Finally... oh no. I was starving for missiles, now I am starving for fuel. This is an issue. Let us keep moving and pray that I get some fuel. Wait, I will have enough fuel. What am I talking? No, I will not have enough fuel to get out of the sector. But I will have enough fuel to get closer to the exit, so it should be fine. It is hard to see why, but this beacon was apparently a tourist attraction. One of the ships here at a small station is offering me a deal. Guess what? I'm going to ignore them. Like, just not even respond to their calls. I'm just going to be like, nope, not listening, I do not see you. Alright. I'm going to do a risky thing at no. I'll need to activate an emergency beacon potentially on the next turn, so I need to stay as far away from the pursuit fleet as possible. I maybe should have even made it all the way to the exit, but I still have high hopes that I can get some fuel out of this ship. My ship emerges quite far away from the beacon. I see a rebel ship waiting nearby, undoubtedly stationed to look for me. Let's attack it! Oh, they are charging the FTL and they have missile defense. That is an issue. This is when I wish I had the swarm missiles. Oh well. Let's power up the flak and pray that I pierce through their missiles. I could also go for Ion Blaster. It can fire very frequently, but this is okay. So firstly, disable their FTL. Fire at the engines because I'm more likely to hit something if I fire at the engines. Well, that was the shields, that's fine. The enemy can, under no circumstances, damage me, so that is fine. Let's keep firing. Okay, I still wasn't able to damage the enemy engines. That is an issue. Flak, come on. You know you can do better. Alright. I was able to slightly damage it. Let's send the missile as well. It wasn't able to reach, but I was able to disable the enemy engines. That is perfect, and they have fixed them again. Maybe I can disable the... Okay, I was able to disable the drone. I didn't need to spend another Artemis. I forgot that I was on auto-fire. My bad. But the enemy FTL is still delayed, so it should be fine. Let's keep the enemy shields down at all costs. And this should be an easy engagement. Question is, will I get any fuel out of this? Oh no, they are charging the FTL again. Well, any good hit is going to be enough to finish the enemy off. And right now they are still charging, they are not imminently... Their jump is not imminent, so everything should be fine, and they're destroyed. Please tell me that they had some... Okay, they did have some fuel. A unit of fuel. I was hoping for like 2... Oh, let's go into the exit sector and see what I can get. Staying in the nebula for as long as possible is good because, never mind, it gives me more chances to get fuel. But there was no fuel to find here. I'll activate the distress beacon. We're in the middle of a nebula. It's gonna be hard for us to be found by anybody with fuel. This is a pilot-controlled sector. I'm sure some pilots will swarm to me and be killed by me and leave some fuel behind. Let us wait. No ships jump into the sector. This is why I activated the distress beacon. Let's wait some more. A poorly armed slug ship cruises by and offers assistance. Their captain seems to be chuckling to himself, perhaps at the prices he's charging. Pay 50 scrap for 5 fuel. That's 3 scrap per fuel. That is not bad. Sure, I could kill this ship, but no, I'm going to take that. Yes, that's really not that bad. I apparently doubt that he is No, I don't doubt it. I'm sure he is trustworthy. Either way, I have no choice but to make the deal. However, I complete the exchange without event. See? Everybody is so racist against the slugs, where in reality, they are adorable. So, I can now go into Mantis-controlled sector or into Uncharted Nebula. Mantis-controlled gives me more options later down the line. Let's go for the Mantis-controlled sector. This will be fun, except for all the boarding action. But I could reinforce my doors. I have entered a poorly charted area with space that is known to be home to the Mantis. I need to ensure that my hull plating is up to scratch and that I have enough fuel in the tank to make it through. I have a bit of fuel, I suppose. So, let's run to the distress call. Hopefully they're not asking for fuel, because if they are, guess what? I'm not gonna be able to give them anything. I arrive at the destination of the distress call. A civilian ship hails me. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire, and we can't plot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? I will lead into the destination. There's no reason to deny this quest. It is going to give you a bunch of scrap up front, and if you don't complete it, guess what? Nothing happens. Take this bit of scrap as a down payment. We'll use your jump signatures to follow you. You're really helping us out here. A new quest market has been added. Wonderful. So, there is a store and a quest is nearby. I was planning to reinforce doors, but with that, but with the store nearby, I think I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'll visit those 2 locations, get down to 1 fuel, and then go to the store to buy fuel. And hopefully I'll get a lot of scrap from those locations, enough to get a lot of fuel. Man, last time I had so much fuel until the end of the playthrough. It's so weird to now have issues with it. When they see the Mantis warship waiting in the ambush at my intended coordinates, my crew is relieved to know that I have jumped some way off the mark. Let's see, the enemy has fairly good shooting, but I do have missiles. They also have fairly poor weaponry, although they do have iron, and of course they do have teleportation stations. Let us attack the ship. Let's figure out what weapons I want to use. The flag is going to be worthless. Let's power up the hull missile. Yeah, so let's power the whole missile. Okay, where is the enemy teleporting to? To where Scales is, and because Scales is worthless, he's going to be murdered by this random mantis. That is unfortunate, but with the help of Claws. But why is Claws on the engine? No, no, no! Okay, that had. I don't know why Claws is on the engine duty. Everything is wrong. Run, 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 run. Thank you, okay. Let's activate. Okay, I activate something. Things are okay. There's a lot of fire involved. Let's vent the central area of my ship. Excellent. And I did not fire any of my weapons. Slight mistake there. Let's activate the whole missile. Let's make sure the enemy weapon systems are down, since they are a little bit annoying. Actually, I kinda need to get rid of the enemy shields, but... Weapons come first? No, shields come first. And now I should be able to power up my flak cannon. Okay, I missed with all my shots, so never mind about powering down the flak cannon. I'll need to be as optimal with my shots as humanly possible and target the enemy weapon systems, because they are being a nuisance and a half. Okay. Weapon systems down. They sent an NG to board me. Is he a slave too? I do not know. Anyway, they have some advanced engines, but probably a fairly weak helm. So let's fire my weapons as such. And let's see, Claws should be just fine fighting the NG. NG is fairly weak at combat after all. And okay, I was able to deal a good amount of damage. They still have good shields going. Well, hopefully I'll be able to... I mean, I'll definitely be able to hit the enemy. And they teleported it away. No more boarding action in progress. Everything is fine. Okay, my ship explodes. No, their ship explodes. Thankfully not my ship is the one exploding. And I got a substantial collection of useful scrap material. And, most importantly, 2 fuel. That is absolutely wonderful. So, it's really awkward that Claws is the one working on engines, but oh well. Let's power up my everything. Let's allow Claws to regain his health, go back to everybody's stations, and move back to the previous location. See what I can find. I find another rebel ship hiding behind the beacon, and it is too late to avoid a fight. But guess what? I wasn't trying to avoid a fight. Am I going to use flak in this one? Yes, I am. Let's go into auto fire and let us use flak against the enemy weapon systems. I might use one Artemis as well. Yeah, let's speed this up ever so slightly. Oh, hold on a second. Let's close all doors and let's vent this section. Alright, the enemy weapon systems are now down. Let's make sure the enemy engines are down as well, while still potentially firing at the enemy weapon systems. Let's close all doors. The enemy is trying to power up their FTL. Well, I'm firing at their FTL, so hopefully they will not be able to escape. But if necessary, I do have an Artemis powered up just in case. Oh, okay, they have very, very good engines. That is unfortunate. Please take down... Okay, excellent. I have made... Okay, hold on now. Better voice. You have made your point. We are beaten. Take these and leave us to our shame. Okay, that is a bit better. I can accept their offer or not accept surrender. That is a pretty sweet deal though. I get a weapon which I could potentially sell or use. Let us see real quick. So the Iron Stunner, hold on a second. How useful is it really? It takes 1 power, which is more manageable than the Iron Blaster I have right now, but Iron Blaster is so good, whereas the Iron Stunner, it's useful in a pinch. But no, I'm probably going to sell it for extra scrap. Let's move on to the store. Merchants are not highly respected among the Mantis race, so few undertake the profession. I'm mildly surprised to receive an advertisement from a nearby space dog. I decide to see what they have to offer. What do they have to... Oh! Pest Laser Mark III. This is a beauty and a half. I love it. What else do they have? Repair arm. I want scrap, sorry. Long-range scanners? Nah. Fire suppressor. The least useful thing for me, I'm flying on a rock ship. It would be only less important if I were flying on the Lumos ship or whatever it's called for, you know, the faction that breathes no oxygen. Anyway, that burst laser is so tempting, but so is grabbing another crew member. Guess what is also tempting? Getting as much fuel as humanly possible. And look, this fuel costs me 4 scrap apiece. That slug trader was awesome. I don't know what the game was thinking. I never had any problem with the slug trader. Okay, now I almost definitely cannot afford the weapon. And I probably shouldn't even try to. I am probably going to hire, let's say, Willow. I didn't check what her skills are. My bad, I should have done that. I should have hired Jeff the Bars. Willow, what are you good at? Steering. You're better at it than Brains. Okay, in that case, Brains is going to be smart enough to move over to door control, maybe. Why not? Might as well, since Willow is actually pretty competent at her job, apparently. I'll let her control everything. I'll let her call the shots. Although, of course, it is Brains who is the captain. He's just not piloting the ship, because being a captain doesn't mean you pilot the ship. It means that you're sitting in a small office with door controls. I mean, who controls the door controls the universe. In FTL universe, at the very least. Anything else I could want from the store? Maybe it is fairly cheap repair. So I'm probably going to repair my ship a bit. You know what? Let's just repair to max. And that's gonna be it. There isn't anything else I want from this. I do have very little scrap now. Not enough to upgrade my ship, unfortunately. But that can wait. Let us move on. And I'm going to drink some tea. The ship I was escorting thanks me. I don't think we could have made it without your help. Let my friends patch up some— No! They're a store that fixes my hull for free. I forgot. And I just fixed my hull. And they have a actually, this Mantis is also a captain. Well, they also have explosive replication. Really? 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 I could have used that in the previous shop. I so could— Okay, can I sell something to get it? Like, this is absolutely amazing. It's also kind of hilarious, I have to say. Okay. Maybe I'll get rid of the Artemis. It's so good to have the Artemis, though. Let's see, how much— I will need to sell 2 weapons, actually. I will need to sell both of my missiles to get the missile replicator. That seems like something that makes no sense. Can I sell my slaves? That would be ideal. I would love to sell my slave. Oh well, I don't see anything I could do in this situation. I can buy some missiles. They are rather expensive though. So let's just buy some fuel and be on my way. That was very unfortunate. I forgot what this quest was about. Oh well. Let's move on to the next location and hope that I'll have slightly better luck. Okay. You look like a military vessel. We're trying to get back to our homes alive. I'm an engineer by trade and I could try to improve your reactor if you have any extra supplies. That is not even a worthwhile trade considering how poorly upgraded my reactor is. I need what supplies I have and I'll move on. Closer to the pursuing rebel fleet. And closer to a star, apparently. Who knows why the Mantis would venture so close to a sun? Perhaps it makes for more of a challenge. It certainly does for me. So, I have one last missile. I need to use it well. I need to disable the enemy shields. Oh wait, they teleported. Okay, let's vent the enemy into space. At least a little bit. Damage them somewhat. Okay, let's vent the enemy into space. Let's charge up. Okay, please. Okay, this is unfortunately a Mantis, so it's going to tear through the doors quite easily. That is an issue. Okay, both missiles are powered up. Let us fire. The enemy shields excellent, they are slightly down. Let's finish them off. Okay, who's going to win this? I think my rock should do fine. Now, unfortunately, the enemy shield room is very, very tiny, so it's going to be very hard to actually deal with it. But I was able to slightly injure the enemies. Okay, that is an issue. That is a fairly big issue, actually. Things are blowing up at a rapid pace. At a very rapid pace. Okay, hold on a second. I have no weapons I can use anymore. The enemy ship is in perfect condition. This is a red alert scenario. Now, you need to keep repairing the weapon systems. I need to repair... Oh, and you're cute. But no, you're gonna be vented. Okay, I'm losing O2. That's not good. I'm going to die here. I'm actually going to die. Alright, I cannot close the doors anymore. And I'm out of oxygen. And I can't repair the shields anyway. Alright, this is... I'm looking in the face of my doom right now. Let's repair O2. But my ship is falling apart. I would say all crews abandon ship, but... There's no rescue. There is no saving us. We're going to die. O2 is down again. Well... Oh, hi there, Game Slayer. Did not expect to see you here. Well, do not worry about this. I'm probably going to start a new run, since this run seems like it's running short. I wish I could just fire one more weapon at the enemy. Wait, I do have... I recharged my weapons. I forgot about this bit. Okay, you... Maybe I could have solved the situation, but I was so focused on me being dead that I stopped paying attention. No, Game Slayer, victory is not yours, you're not the pirates. I think. Either way, that was a shameful display. And not even at the top of the scoreboard for my rock ships. Of course. Of course. Well, at any rate, I'm going to close this screen, go back to main menu, and we're going to start another run in just a minute. I'll continue with my attempts to unlock more ships, so this time around I don't want to try to go for the rock cruiser or the stealth cruiser because it terrifies me. Let's unlock something else, and slug ships are notoriously fun, but maybe I could go for an NG cruiser. I almost never played with Type B. Actually, maybe I never played with Type B. Oh, it relies on drones, I'm going to hate that. And the slug cruiser has no boarding facilities, no medical facilities. Sounds like my type of ship. So, I'm going to call it, you guessed it, Sluggy Republican Navy. I don't know what's up with those names, I'm sorry. Pangolin. Yes, that is another pangolin. I really like pangolins nowadays, so deal with it, question mark. And again, the same naming convention will apply. We've got brains. Then again, those are slugs. They are adorable as well in their own right. I believe they need their own naming convention. So you are eyes. Yes, my imagination and creativity is at top notch right now. You, dear sir, you're going to be called Mucus, and you are going to be called... how do you call a snail's mouth? Is it actually just a mouth? That seems kinda lame, isn't it? Maybe you're going to be called... Something that snails and pangolins share that is dangerous. Adorbs. Both snails and pangolins are adorbs, and this is going to be our weapons master. Also, Mucus, you need to look differently. That looks mucusy. And adorbs, you need to be more adorbs. That is kinda adorbs. And eyes, you can be the way you are. So, I'll have the slug repair gel. That is excellent. And the start of Artemis and healing burst. So again, missile weapons only. That is fine. So, either way... Oh, Game Slayer is bragging about how the stealth cruiser is easy, just requires micro. Guess what is the most difficult thing to do when you're streaming? Microing. So, and besides, I know my weaknesses, and my weakness is the stealth ship. I would rather not. Either way, let us move on. So first of all, make sure that this time around my crew members are assigned accordingly. So Mucus is going to work on the engines and the doors on the weapons. Everything is fine. Let's disable... No, let's not disable all two. That's going to be quite useful. Let's power up the engines and power up all of our weapons. And no, I will not be trying to board the enemy ships in any time soon. So, let us go ahead and start moving along. Then again, I could just have 2 slugs as the boarding party ASAP. I mean, what are the chances I'll run into actual dangerous enemies early on? And this will allow me to get a lot of scrap. Let's do that, yeah. So, with that in mind, let us jump to the next location, or rather our first location, and begin our journey by taking a big sip of Earl Grey tea. That is absolutely perfect. A slave trader. Just what I need. I need more slaves. Let's attack the slave scum. And let us actually power up the teleporter and move over to the enemy engines as I fire the Artemis at their weapon systems. And get ready to heal my units if necessary. So, the enemy human should die. The enemy rock crew member is going to be a bit more challenging. And I lost my O2. That is also a relative issue. Okay, hold on a second. I need to pause real briefly because I'm having a hard time. It's not auto-fire, thank you very much. Is Mucus going to win against Aisha? He is, and they surrendered. They're going to give me Maria, apparently I got an achievement as well. Oh, against they're saying I'm not expected to win with just Artemis. I beg to differ. Either way, they surrender and they could give me some a slave, but surrender is not an option. I'll kill all of them. So, my slug is healed up. He can take on the guy. Mucus, you need to get out of here, buddy. You're almost dead. Let's get our captain back back at the bridge. And is Oni going to be able to pull this out? I sure hope he is, and that is excellent. It appears the slaves did not survive the fighting. I find their burned bodies in the hold, but before I strip the ship, I hear faint noises in the walls. I break off a latch and the slave falls out of a hidden compartment, coughing. Once recomposed, the slave offers to join my crew. Excellent. You're still a slave though, so, you know, I hope you're good at your job. Right. Let us heal myself. Excellent. And the NG, let's see, I've got people working on other things, so the NG is going to work on shields. So, since you are a slave, I believe I have the right to rename you, and I'm going to rename you into... I already had Scales, so this time around I'm going to have Sandstorm. I don't know why Sandstorm, just roll with it. So he's going to take care of our shooting. And with that in mind, wait, let's keep our oxygen running and let us jump to the next system and see what else I can find. I jump into a field of debris. It appears a battle recently took place here and the loser seems to have been a civilian ship. A message was left on the repeat before it was destroyed. "Rebels attacking! Please send aid!" The responsible rebels are likely still nearby. Knowing my luck, if I search for them, I'll never find them and rebels will get closer to me. No time to search, let's jump away. It's not like I just let somebody die. Anyway, I come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship, weapons engaged. Automated scout ships are tricky because I can't really board them and take them over, because they're automated. Either way, I'm going to aid the civilian ship. One Artemis should be enough to take it on. Hopefully. Their weapon systems are not the worst, so it should be okay. So, Mucus, go back work on the engines. Adorbs, go back working on the weapon systems. Autofire, and let's kill them with our Artemis. Okay, they turned off our engines, so change of plans. Let's kill their weapons first because I cannot dodge right now. And that is an issue because they... Okay, good, they still disabled. I actually managed to dodge when I thought I wouldn't be able to. So that is excellent. And let's just kill the enemy slowly but surely. They now cannot kill me. And I am doing just fine killing them. So, as I watch the enemy be burned to shreds, I'm going to drink some more tea. And if you're wondering why I changed target right there, just because OCD, fake internet OCD, that's about it. Either way, the ship breaks apart. I hasten to contact the civilian ship. It seems, unfortunately, that the crew did not survive the assault. I take what I can for the remains of the ship. Very good hull, honestly. Not going to dislike it. Not going to dislike it at all. Let's get Mucus and Adorbs back on the boarding duty. And let's see what else I can see. What there is to see. A store! I don't need a store right now. I need credits. And I need a lot of them. So let us keep looking for those. I barely have time to register jump completion before my ship warns me of an incoming ship with weapons hot. They have an NG and a human. Should be easy to take over. Fairly easy to destroy weapons as well. I'll disable the weapons of Artemis. And get my crew on board their ship ASAP. And this should be fun. I probably won't even need to use my actual healing bomb. I mean, I will need after I'm done fighting, but because this is an NG, it should be fine. Alright, NG, make good use of yourself, you slave, and work on the dolls. Alright, so the enemy captain is almost dead. And Adorbs is just fine, and I have taken over the ship. There are no more licenses remaining on the ship. I strip it of any useful materials. Excellent, let's go back to my own ship. And let us heal my crew. As I said, the NG back into its pre-designed position. Also, I need to save my default crew positions, actually. But I'll keep those guys in the teleported bay, and if once I jump into another system, it turns out I do not need them teleporting, I'll just press the button to have them go back into their weapon stations. Either way, for the time being, let us jump once more into the breach. Haha, get it? That's another game made by the same developers. Anyway, scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. Pangolins are curious creatures. Let us investigate. I land a small shuttle in an enormous field, whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, six-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what my scans picked up? Well, I do have a lot of slugs, so let us attempt to communicate telepathically. After a moment, my crew tells me that these are simple beings who enjoy a peaceful life. However, this isn't the first time a ship has landed here. They inform me of a nearby crash site. I follow their directions and discover an ancient NG ship. I find a deactivated engine inside and reroute power from my shuttle to resurrect it. I cannot pronounce this word. After a while, it reboots, reconstructs itself, and offers to join my crew. Caldwell has joined my crew. Mucus or Adorbs, one of you will be relieved, I feel like. Let's see. Mucus has not gained any experience, while Adorbs has a little bit of experience, so Caldwell is going to work on the engines. Either way, so far so good. Got a fairly substantial crew for myself. Let us keep jumping. I probably don't care about the store just yet, not in the first sector at any rate. Besides, it will be fairly difficult to jump to it, but you know what? Let's get closer to it, just on the off chance I do change my mind. I stumble upon a forward scout of the rebel fleet. Again, 3 crew members, but if I... Oh, they do have a cleaning bay. Alright. In that case, I think I'm just going to blow them up with Artemis. Or I can blow up the healing bay with Artemis, but it'll be very difficult to kill the enemy crew. But we'll see what I can do. They are powering the FTL. That changes everything. I will not be able to stop them from flying away in time and kill their healing bay, unless I can do that. Let's see if I can. So first things first, disable the enemy. Okay, they cannot punch through my shooting at all, ever. So that is good. Disable the enemy bridge first. After that, disable the enemy healing bay. And I'll teleport in a second to interrupt the enemy repair progress. Now. Okay, they do have drones that repair stuff, that is an issue. But thankfully I did hit one of their crew members in the face. And I can hit them one more time. Which is going to be necessary because they don't want to die. Alright, let's heal. Hold on a second, I can't. Did I heal my units or did I just not have the healing bomb powered up? I don't know. Okay. Oh, jump in imminent. I need to abandon ship. Because I cannot stop them from actually jumping. Okay, now I did stop them. Let's see if I can teleport back in time. I probably can't. I just have to destroy them. I tried real hard. I wasted a lot of resources on this. But unfortunately, I can't do this. I have to kill them. Oh well. The ship breaks apart and I'm relieved to know that I'm still one step ahead of the fleet. Shame I could not grab it, but such is the way of things sometimes. Such is the way of things. Let's keep jumping. I will not be able to reach the store no matter what happens. That is fine, however. Let's keep moving. So, soon after arriving in the system, I'm hailed by a small cruiser. What good fortune that we happen to run into each other. Nothing personal, kid, but you have some information we need. So, analyzing the situation, they do not have a med bay. They have some kind of a probe. I don't know what probe it is. We're about to find out. Should be okay. I want to disable the weapon systems and injure their crew members. They do have a mantis, so it's not going to be an easy boarding action. Okay. It's going to be okay. Hopefully. I don't remember. What is this? Anti-combat drone. Okay, this is going to be absolutely fine. Except my weapon systems were just taken down slightly, but Artemis is going to be fine. I will need, however, to re-enable heal bomb before I feel confident jumping in there. So let's kill off this NG first. Or try to. Okay, the enemy has some fairly good engines, it looks like. So let's work on that real quick. Let's keep working on my engines as well. Okay, the enemy now cannot jump away and they have taken some damage. So let us now try to kill off the enemy captain and prevent them from repairing their bridge. And see if I can kill their weapon systems. Well, they just killed mine again. That is an issue. But I will be potentially able to jump away in time. Okay, they're trying to power up their FTL and they are charging. That is an issue. So, power down Artemis, power up the heal bomb. I need to be very careful because mantis are dangerous. Actually, I need to stop the FTL. But if I... Can I stop the FTL? I can't. I need both weapons online, honestly. I hear fire. I think there's a fire on my ship. Okay, that was good, but my crew members, they cannot do this. Oh, there's a repair bot. I was wondering why they're repairing things this quickly. Okay, jump imminent. I cannot do this. I need to run. Their engines are upgraded. And that's all I could do. Let's run. Unfortunately, the enemy DLC, that's not DLC. The enemy FTL is delayed. Jump imminent. I am on the fire. I'm very much on fire. Okay. You guys leave this area. I don't think I'll be able to stop them. That's where the fire was, it turns out. Good to know. Okay. Can I kill them? I have one more shot. If I hit them right now, I will be able to kill them, so... Let's at the very least kill them and get that consolation prize, and I did so. Okay, gameplay says that it would be better to hit the enemy engines. If I see that the enemy has high evasion, I assume they have very high level engines, so it's going to be very difficult to disable them. So in that situation, I usually try to disable their bridge, hoping that a single shot on the enemy bridge will stop the engines from functioning entirely, and then I'll usually try to prevent the enemy from repairing the bridge. This time, of course, I failed, but that is the hope at any rate. Okay, let's go ahead and repair my engines as quickly as possible. Now, honestly, Caldwell, sure, I was wanting him to be on the engine duty since Adobes has a little bit of weapon experience, but that's a tiny minuscule amount of weapon experience, and I need a weapons master most of all, so Caldwell, please stay on the weapons forever now. Let's close all the doors, we're fine, we're regaining CO2 and O2 hopefully as well. And let us keep going. I had one anyway against that, the enemy ship is destroyed. So let us see. Hello. We used our last FTL fuel to jump to the station. They indicate a bent out husk of debris and warped metal. As you can see, the war must have spread to this sector. We've been stranded ever since. If there's anything the previous attempt taught me is to not give them fuel. I'm gonna give them fuel. I'm too nice of a person. Either way, let's see. I give them the fuel and thank you. Here, have this extra scrap as payment. That is a decent amount of scrap, so I'm fine with this exchange. I made money at the very least. Let's keep jumping. And let's see what else I can find. So, oh yes, of course, I forgot to drink tea. I'll do that right now because it is delicious and I'm an addict. I come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship. Weapons engaged. Automated scout ships, how I hate E. It's still a sector 2, it should be fairly weak. And does it have any weapons? There is something, I can't quite identify it, and a drone as well. Okay, I don't need a heli beam. I just need the engines, and okay, let's disable the enemy weapons so that they can never pierce, go through my defenses and actually, hold on. Adobes, you can go back here, it is fine. You have been relieved from your duty for the time being. In fact, Adobes' default position should be in a more useful area, so maybe the doors? Yeah, let's go for that. Also, Artemis is ready to fire and I forgot about it, so let's fire it. And let's save the current crew positions and disable the enemy drone just in case the enemy weapon regains power. Yeah, I think I made a good profit on that exchange. I believe that fuel is closer to like 4 scrap-ish than 5, but either way, that was good on my part. Anyway, the ship breaks apart and I hasten to make contact with a civilian ship. The ship I saved was badly damaged in the battle. Most of the crew accepts my offer to be dropped off at a nearby station, but one offers to join me. And it's Layla! Welcome aboard! Fun fact, Layla is one of my real-life friends' names, so I'll have to treat her right, because Layla is awesome. So, the survivor gets on board the ship. She's actually going to join me for the New Year celebration, so it's going to be wonderful. Let's get my new boarding party ready. So, okay, and I think I'm actually going to save those positions. So Adobes and Layla are going to be boarding. This is a very, very good crew. I'm very happy with how things are going so far. Let's keep exploring. Let's discover new civilizations and new life and blow them up. This area shows signs of a battle some time ago. There are scattered remains of ships, but one station appears to be intact. I could move in to examine or stay near the beacon. Of course I am going to move in. The station is in disarray. I find a cloning bay partially intact, but nothing else seems to be functioning. Well, let's scrap the machinery. I take what I can and prepare to move on. That is miserable amount of scrap, but that will do. Let's go to the exit. I have a good amount of scrap and I'm half tempted to upgrade my ship, but I would rather save my scrap for a shop. What I want to do first is jump to the next sector and see what is inside the next sector before I make a decision. My sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of the many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected me, or else it is trying to avoid notice. I'm going to hail them. Pangolins are fine, friendly, and they want everybody to love them. Too few for 5 missiles. I do need missiles actually, I only have 4 of them left, so I'm going to accept that trade. And move on to the next sector. So, I have a choice of, oh that is boring, 2 civilian sectors. That is super boring. Okay, let's go to the bottom one because then I can go to a hostile sector. So, I actually never ever had a situation like this in FTL before, where the only choices I had were 2 civilian sectors. So, let's see, there's a nebula far into the north, only one location of nebula, but every little bit helps, so let's go like this, and then like this, and to the nebula and to the exit, so, okay, I have charted my path. Let us move on. Scans show a remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. The ship hastily messages me. Stay out of this, or you'll be next. Concentrate fire on that thing, I don't know what it is. Well, not on my watch. I'm fine with killing civilians, don't get me wrong, but I should have the priority to do so. Let us attack the pirate. You asked for this! They pull away from the planet and move in to engage. Alright, they have teleportation devices themselves, but only 2 crew members, that is adorable. Their weapon systems are somewhat fearsome, however. And they have a cloning bay. Okay, firstly, disable the weapons. And let's power up the healing bay. Hold on a second. There we go. Where did the enemy go? That's where they went. Okay, I can just stab them with oxygen real nice. So let us move my crew to attack the enemy captain. Nice and easy, he's going to die. That NG is going to have a little bit of a problem, but it should be fine. Okay, the enemy ship is now under my command, which is kind of hilarious. I don't think I need to use an Artemis here really. Let's close all doors, and this NG should be fine. But I can send Mucus just to ensure that he really is going to be fine. And once that invader is dealt with, everything will be splendid. Oh, he respawned. That is an issue, but not a very big issue. Go back to your stations, everybody. Okay, Adobes is taking a bit of a pounding, but she is fine. Oh yeah, and I need to take care of the enemy cloning bay. Should be fine, let's heal my crew a little bit. And I got a laugh from Scanner. I pick through the remains and contact the settlement. With the pirates gone, I signal the station. We appreciate what you have done, but there will just be another ship looking to profit from our isolation soon enough. Sorry we can't give you more. Do not worry, my lady. Free fuel is all that I needed. I missed with the healing beam. I should have teleported my crew before I used it. That is embarrassing, but it happens, I suppose. This, however, allows me to heal up more of my crew, so that's probably for the best. Either way, still embarrassing. Okay, now, everybody, go back to your posts and let us get ready to jump to the next area. No shop in sight, that is a shame. But I will still save scrap for a shop, in case I do manage to find one. And drink some more tea. In a second. My jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there is nothing else around. Let's keep jumping. To here. And drink some tea. An advanced automated rebel ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate that it's a storage vessel for military goods. I could attack it. The problem is I only have 8 missiles left. I might need them for later, and the only way I can destroy this ship is by using Artemis. Next up, we've got the option to avoid provoking the ship. It has hacking mechanisms, it will be hard to take it down, and I have few missiles left. Let us avoid provoking it and keep moving. Still no shop in sight. Unfortunate. Can I please get a shop? It is supposed to be a civilian sector. I spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage... It does not seem to want to engage me or my ship. Either way, I'll demand the surrender of their goods. I am prepared to secure their cargo by force. They have no hitting base, and they will not be able to punch through my shields ever. This is excellent, and they're not even trying to run away. This is weird. They probably have some crazy drone of something. Oh no, they are charging the FTL, and that is the drone they have. Okay, let us disable the drone, and then the FTL, and send my people in as soon as possible. Actually, hold on a second. Let us disable... First of all, disable the bridge. Actually, let's disable the engine, maybe. Let's see what happens. Let's see how strong the engine is, actually. I would love to disable their actual weapon systems. And the reason why I'm not jumping in just yet is because... Oh, that's the O2. That's gonna hurt. Well, let's keep this room full of oxygen and let's repair it as quickly as possible. The reason why I'm firing at this room is because I'll be able to injure an enemy personnel before I teleport. Excellent. Personnel injured. Enemy FTL delayed. Good. Let's jump right in there. Right, I should do just fine. I do have a Mantis. I can also use Artemis to injure enemy captain, but it's more important to take care of the enemy drone actually, so let's deal with that real fast. Alright, the enemy is about to lose their first crew member. That is excellent, and now they cannot under any circumstances survive against me. Let's return the crew to their safe positions. And this should be fine. Layla is going to be close to dying, but I think it will be fine. I will not retreat her. I'm brave, and yes, I got a firebeam finally. A weapon that does not use missiles. With the crew dead, I search the ship. I find military-grade weaponry and take what looks most useful. Excellent, that is very useful indeed. Wait, I don't have oxygen enabled. Oopsie. Well, let's heal up my people. Excellent. I have very few missiles left actually, which is a little bit of a problem. But I'm sure it will be fine. Is there a store? There is a store. I'm very tempted to go to this distress signal first. Yeah, let's go to distress signal first. I never know when to quit. So, what do we have here? I find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. The fire suppression system is not responding. Oh, I don't have the raw crew. I could send my crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire, but my crew is too important for such tasks. I can try to dock and rescue the survivors. Or I could leave. I'll try to dock and rescue the survivors. My hull has seen better days, but it's probably going to be fine. Ow. 4 times 2 is 8. That may have been worth it or may have not been worth it, depending on, well, how expensive the healing, the repairing job is going to be at the shop. Either way, I locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before I can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast splits the station apart. My ship is thrown away and some debris pierces my hull. I watch helplessly as the last of the survivors are consumed in the collapse of the station. Unfortunate, but I tried my best to save them. Right, so Firebeam is going to be real fun actually. Oh, that was very close to the chase, but I will be able to visit the shop before the rebels take it over. So let us see, I find myself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail me and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Okay, excellent. The hull repair is very cheap, so I made profit in that explosion thingy. I can get hacking stun, not that important. Distraction buoys, not that important. Backup DNA tank, not that important. I can get a medbay. This will allow me to save a lot of missiles in the long run. Drone control and sensors. Don't need the sensors. Drone control, I do like drones, but I don't have that many drones. I'll go for the medbay, I think. I don't need any of those things. I want to repair my ship to full, most likely. Do I need anything else? I could get... Those are actually very cheap missiles. No, they're not. They're 6 scrap each. I'll keep the missiles where they are. Oh... Before I do anything else, I'm going to retrofit my ship a little bit. So, I want the fire beam to work alongside Artemis if possible, and the healing bomb as well. So, let's upgrade the weapons. Or I could upgrade my shields. But no, weapon systems first. That will not be enough energy to operate them per se, but I can always disable something, like engines if necessary. And then I could have everything powered at the same time, and I do like the idea of that. I'm going to accept that. Can I sell anything to the store? I don't think I have anything I want to sell, really. I don't need the heal bomb actually anymore, do I? I know that engine upgrades are awesome and cheap. I'm not going to deal with them just yet, however. Let's see. Healing bomb is nice, and it served me well. But I have a healing station now. But healing bomb is nice and it served me well. So I'm gonna sell it. I don't have that many missiles, so I think it's not a bad idea to sell it. So now I can upgrade my ship a little bit more. Actually, I don't need to upgrade it a little bit more. And I over-upgraded the weapon systems. But this means that if the weapon systems are damaged, they will at the very least be able to take it. So, next up I want... maybe a little bit of more power to power up the engines. And that's about it. So more power to the engines, excellent. And this seems like a fine ship right there. Let us keep jumping, shall we? So let's go into a nebula to throw the rebel fleet off guard and make sure they can't follow me. And of course there is a storm. I arrive in the middle of a plasma storm. Despite the harsh conditions, the rebel scout seems to be waiting for me. Right. Let's see what they have. I hack into some kind of drone control. Very good weapons. If they can power up all those things, this will be trouble. So, firstly, I want oxygen. Maybe. Who needs oxygen actually? I need shields. Maybe. Again, I'm not sure if I will actually need those. I will need, however, to teleport. That is one thing that I know for certain. I do want to use the Artemis and then spread fire around, because that would be hilarious. But maybe I don't need that, and fire beam costs a lot of energy, so let's power up the teleporter, let's power up the O2. Let's see what they can power up. Only the beam weapon, that is fine. Let's fire the Artemis at the enemy weapons platform. And once I damage the enemy, let's jump in there, prevent the enemy from repairing it. Now there is a bot in here that will repair the enemy weapons, but again, it shouldn't matter at all. Okay, so far so good. Let's use the Artemis to weaken the enemy captain. Never mind, the captain ran away like a coward he is. Oh, I will need to unfortunately teleport my slug away. But that is fine, I dealt good damage to the enemy crew. Let's teleport them away, let's heal them up a little bit. I don't need O2 right now. I could use O2 however, so let's power down the shields. I don't need them at this point in time. Get my crew ready to jump back into the fray. Hold on a second, I need shields now. So disable O2. You get back. And get ready to teleport to the enemy location again. Hi there! I bet you missed me. This should be an easy grub. Now, I could enable oxygen production, however, and that's probably going to be for the best. There are no more life cells remaining on the ship. I strip it of useful materials. Excellent. Allow my crew to heal up again a little bit. Power down the shields, power up the engine and the healing bay. And now get everybody back to stations, power up the shields so they're ready for whatever comes next. and jump to the next location. So let's go to this one and see what awaits me. Upon completing my jump, I receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. I can pay the toll, or I could refuse their offer. I will do that. Too bad! You'll regret this decision. So, they have a rogue crew member. That will be tough to kill, but nothing too bad. So, I'm going to start pause because I need to power up my everything. Fire beam will be fun in here, but the enemy does have a rogue crew member, so that will be a bit tough. Let's focus fire. Let's see, what do they have? I need to disable the enemy weapons, but I need to disable the enemy shoots to make it even more fun. Let's do just that. Okay, enemy shoots are down. Let's wait and use the fire beam before I teleport. Excellent. And now throw everybody into a fire. Wonderful. I should not have done that. I will let them sit here for a second. Okay, good. Now the rogue crew member is going to deal with the fire quite easily. The enemy is trying to run away. They will have a very hard time to do that. And you guys don't destroy the weapons. Actually, do destroy the weapons. I might not be able to actually... Okay, now the enemy weapons cannot deal damage to me. So I need to be careful not to destroy the enemy ship entirely. Because if I do, that will be a problem. Okay, so the enemy has no more oxygen. Let's kill the enemy. I should be able to just barely do this in time. Wait, okay, I won't. I mismacroed a little bit over there. That is unfortunate. I think the enemy ship will now burn down. And, or maybe this guy will starve of oxygen. That is also a possibility. Let us see what happens first. So, my crew is ready to jump into the fray if necessary. I'm not sure if I'm entirely safe to do that. But it seems like maybe the fires have been put down. Let's try. Okay, there is a little bit of oxygen. I killed the enemy off. And there are no more life signs, of course, on the ship. So now I need to go back real quick. Heal up a little bit. I got my scrap. I got my everything. This ship is actually very powerful. The slug ship. I don't know if I've ever tried playing with it in the past. I assume I have, but either way, it is certainly a lovely, lovely ship to have. Let us jump, and I can visit one more location before I need to run, so let us drink some tea. A pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves into attack. This is going to be a very dangerous boarding action, and the enemy does have a healing bay as well. But inside an asteroid belt, my fire beam is going to work wonderfully. Let's... Hey, wait, are they going to board me? They are. Where are they? I cannot start them out of oxygen, but that's going to be okay. So, let's be hilarious. Let's prevent this guy from leaving first. Alright, that is hilarious indeed. I probably should have taken care of the weapons before I did anything else, but that is okay. Maybe. Hopefully that will be okay. Okay. I will not be able to fire my beam before the enemy shields are up. Killed the enemy guy. That is good. Oh, that's bad. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to board him really. So let's power down their shields. And let's see if I can... Okay, I can probably set fire to everything. That is going to be good. You know, make sure the enemy crew is actually... The crew is actually down. That's good. Alright, and yeah, they died to the asteroid belt. That was to be expected. This is a very tough boarding ship, honestly. So let us see. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial amount of substantial collection of useful scrap material. That is good enough. Sandstorm, you can heal up a little bit. I know I'm still in the asteroid belt, but surely it is not going to go hit me twice in a row before the shoots are back, right? Let's jump out. And yeah, let us go to the exit right away. So I have arrived, and a small engine research vessel is trying to fend off a Manta ship. I move in to engage, but after a quick scan of my ship, the Manta ship retreats. The NG offer me a drone schematic as thanks for my timely arrival. Wonderful, I'll be able to sell the drone schematic for a lot of scrap, so I'm mighty happy to have it. Let's move on to the next sector. I've got NG homewards and rock controlled. Let's go to a rock controlled sector, because it is going to be more fun. The rock people have a particular aggressive stance towards alien races, trespassing in their space. I should tread carefully here. Okay, 2 distress signals and 1 still right off the bat. What is the best way to approach this? Well, unfortunately this location is kind of closed in, so I can go to the distress signal, store, no. Yeah, distress signal, then store, then the other location. Very well, that is exactly how I am going to proceed. I follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. I find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Let us hail them to offer assistance. They respond, "Help! Our shields are down and we won't last long." I can offer to beam them aboard my ship. They refuse at first, but after another blast rocks their ship, they agree and beam aboard my ship. They say, "Thank you, but we really should return to our families. I'm sure we can muster up a reward if you take us home." I can take them to a nearby planet that they are from. The Salvador's family is of modest means, yet they managed to offer me a reward for their virtuous deed. Good. More scrap is always helpful. A coughing, however, is less helpful. Anyway, let us drink some tea and see what wares they have to sell. With the local rock settlement so unwilling to trade with other life forms, an opportunistic Mantis crew has postponed its piracy activities and set up a shop to catch any passing trade. Let's see what they have and drink some tea. So that doesn't seem to be terribly worthwhile. The game seems to be wanting me to go ahead and invest in drones, but I don't think I want to. I really don't think I do. There are not too many things that are interesting to me. I don't care about having sensors. I'm doing fine without them, and they're quite expensive. Hacking is fun, I guess, but again it uses drones. I don't have too many of those. Shield charge booster, not too bad. Oh yeah, I was supposed to sell this guy. Shield charge booster is not too bad, but I already have 2 things, 2 augments as it is. That's a hard decision to make. I need more fuel first and foremost, so let us grab that. I need more missiles as well, so let's grab those as well. And that's about all I can do, really. So I'm going to save my stuff, because there was another shop. No, there wasn't. What I'm going to do then is improve my shields, so it's going to be harder for the enemy regular weapons to pierce my ship, and then I'm going to invest in the engine a little bit more. I really like rushing for second tier of shields, because it saves you from so many dangers. For instance, the asteroid fields or ships that have fairly weak missile and beam weapons, not missile but laser and beam weapons. That is just worthwhile in my opinion. Anyway, let us keep moving along. Is there anything else at the store actually? Not really, there isn't anything else I care about. Let's move on. So what do I find? A vast figure appears on my view screen. The rock captain rubs the green moss-like appendage on his chin and then orders his crew to open fire. So the rock ships are particularly difficult to board, but they do not have a medbay. What weapons do they have? It seems like a missile weapon. Alright, so I'm going to disable their shields first and foremost. And sure, oh, they have very good doors as well. That is going to be an issue, but I'll disable their shields first so I can ban some of their things down. Or I'll try to, I suppose, and fail. I think they have fairly decent engines. And they have pretty decent gunners as well. Alright, you know what? Let's make sure they cannot fire the weapons. Alright? Alright. Now, let's wait until I hit at least one shot with the Artemis. Now, let's look at that. I needed to do this, and now the enemy weapon systems are offline partially, because they have been really terrible for my ship. So that is good. Let's fire the Artemis one more time. Now the enemy is not piloting their ship, so I'll be able to hit this no matter what. Excellent, and now I can use the fire beam. So let's try to hit as many rooms as humanly possible. Like this, nice and easy. I do want to... Oh, I have no more missiles left. That is an issue. Right, so I was able to force the enemy to deal with the fire. Let's... Oh, and I cannot leave this room. Well, let's destroy the enemy weapon systems, I suppose. Might as well, might as well. And let's get out of here. I don't think I'll be able to take this ship, honestly. Alright, the enemy is coming back to deal with me. Let us see if I can deal with them. One rock crew member is dead, the other one will probably die as well. Now the body came in, that's going to be an issue, but I think I can kill them before they can kill me. No. Maybe I chickened out, maybe I could have done it, but I'm not taking the chances. So the fire beam is operational, but it doesn't help, the enemy still has shields. Yeah, I know that rocks are immune to fire, but at least it bought me some time. It damaged a lot of their systems, which is important, so let's get my boarding crew ready. And thankfully the enemy cannot regain health, so it's going to be fine. See where they go to. They're dealing with some fire. I don't want to jump in there because, you know, I'll take damage from the fire myself, so I'll let them do that and kill the captain and kill the last lucky they have, and the ship will be mine. But I have no more missiles, so hopefully that ship will have missiles. If not, I may have some problems. The crew dead, and I'm able to salvage the fuel out of the storage. I also take whatever scrap I can manage, and guess what? No missiles. That is an issue. Right, let's get my crew back, let's heal them up a little bit. Let's get Sandstorm healed up as well. I forgot who was my slave. I think it was Sandstorm, so... He should pay me for allowing him to be healed up, honestly. But we can deal with that after I save the galaxy, I suppose. Crew, return to your positions and let us jump away and see what else awaits me. A distress call that I can just barely reach before the rebels reach it. So let us go there and see what happens. Hopefully they do not ask me for missiles. So, once I arrive at the location of this distress call, a civilian ship hails me. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire and we can't plot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? I forgot to do voice acting. My bad. Well, sure, I will lead into their destination. Again, no reason to deny this quest. Okay, it's far away, but I'll be able to do that just fine. Let us keep moving. That is an asteroid belt. I'm very happy I have better shields, but so does the enemy and I have no missiles. That is going to be a tough one to crack. Minute fissures in the shields spark and crackle as the ship jumps into the wake of a huge asteroid. More asteroids follow, as does the lost and aggressive rock pirate ship. That is going to be very difficult to deal with. Let's interrupt the captain, make sure the enemy ship takes as much damage from the asteroid belt as possible. Okay, they might be able to open fire on me, and there's literally nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Oh no, let's hope they... I knew! I had a feeling they're going to target my teleportation area. And that they did. And they have reinforced doors. I will not be able to save my crew members. They're all going to die. Layla, no! Layla! Okay, I need to keep fighting. This is... No. No, they're going to die. A moment of silence for our lost brethren. And back to your posts. Let's get out of here, crew. Let us get out of here. Should not have tried it. Should not have even tried it. Okay, I can't even get out of here now. That is an issue. Let's drink some tea as I mourn the loss of my fallen comrades. And run like hell. So, okay, I see a civilian space station with heavy damage. I receive a message. We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs, so we'll buy some of you if you have any extra. Thankfully, I do have drone parts extra, so I'll get a bunch of scrap and I'll heal up my crew members. Now, this was a grave loss. And I know I can send the other guys in, thank you Gameslab, but that being said, it is a grave loss, there's no denying it. I lost some very good crew members, and I lost Layla! How can I now... She's going to now visit me, you know, for the New Year celebration. How can I tell her that she died in FTL? Doesn't mean she died in real life, since she died in FTL. I hope she didn't. Either way, let's see what else I can do. So, is there a shop nearby? There is no shop, there are no shops nearby. Let's see, Mucus can still be decent at boarding enemy ships, but he's so good at operating engines now. But I need some boarding action, I really do. And let's see, who else do I have? Well, NG are notoriously bad at it, you know, trying to take over anything. Let us try to use an NG though. I am somewhat desperate, and no, I'm not moving eyes away. He's a good captain, so I need him to keep on captaining. So before I jump, let us improve my ship, because I might die in the next encounter if I don't save myself. And hi there, Logblaze, nice to see you join us. In fact, just because I can, I'm going to send you a delicious holy piece of cake. It's not like I'm advertising the fact that I now have an emoticon, but it is a fun emoticon nonetheless. Anyway, how can I improve Pangolin in a meaningful way that will help me survive? Better engines are always the ways to go. I could improve the crew teleporter to prevent, you know, things from happening like last time. Yeah, let's do that, and also improve my power so I can recharge the crew teleporter faster. So now I have slightly better engines, better crew teleporter, and it should be relatively okay. So let us jump to our next destination. I think I want to make a beeline for the quest, honestly. Hopefully it's going to be nice, maybe they'll repair some of my hull damage. So, I recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails me and offers laborers for cheap. I love slave traders. I could use my teleporter to attempt to board the ship and release some of the slaves. I have never tried this actually. Not ever. Let's try this. I beam onto their ship, however my estimations of the location of their prisoners were off. By the time I get their bearings, the slavers spot them. I beam back to the ship and prepare for a fight. Why would I beam back? Honestly. Oh well. I would rather stay there if I had the choice. So, what does the enemy have? A Zoltan that will be easy to kill, and a Rock that will be hard to kill. Nonetheless, it should be fine. I cannot disable the enemy shields, and the enemy has missiles, so they will be able to fire upon me with impunity. That is an issue. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. You know, other than actually killing their Zoltan, so I'll do just that. And then start killing their other stuff. And okay, shields have taken damage, but it is fine. Shields are not the most important thing I have right now. Okay, let's damage this guy and make sure I heal up while I can. Is there a fire? Yes, there is a fire. I can hear a fire. And let's heal up. Oh, okay, I lost the door control. That is very awkward. And I'm being peppered with missiles. Oh, my teleporter is really charging, and I need my crew fully operational. Okay, at the very least my O2 is still functioning. Let's kill their captain. Quickly. Okay, my teleporter has been damaged, but only damaged, it's going to be fine. And the Rock crew member is about to die. I'm going to take a bit more damage, but it was fine. So, I find a number of slaves in the cargo hold. They look at me questioningly and one asks if they are going to be released. Of course no, silly. You're going to be enslaved by me. But I'm a better slaver than the ones that imprisoned you before, so yay for you. I could use more crew, but I don't want... Yes, I do want to force them all to work for me. Oh well, I can have a mantis, that's going to be good for boarding, a rockman, or an NG. I want the mantis, honestly. So, I got James, he's very good at operating shields apparently. Sorry, you're not going to be able to work on shields. So the mantis seems fine with the orders, saying, I'm on board if it means that we get to kill some rebels. I dropped the rest off at a nearby station. So, let us repair my teleporter and get my crew back real quick. So like this, like this. It would be tricky to repair my door because, you know, there's no oxygen there. So yeah. And hi there, the Fox. Thank you for wishing me good luck. I'm going to need it. Okay, so Caldwell heal up, and I'm going to need eyes and mucus to try to repair... No, I need NGs. NGs are fastest at repairing doors, so I'll send them those two over into the depths of space. And hopefully they will be able to repair it before they die. So, 3, 2, 1, go. That is very awkward, but they're repairing things very quickly. Okay, run, run, close all the doors. You can heal up now. And then I'll be able to repair this, this location easily with what I have left. Excellent. And since I'm waiting for everything to finish, I'm just going to drink some more tea. Why did I leave a mantis to fix a subsystem? I have no idea. Alright, so let us see. I've got James over at the teleporter, the boarding crew. Good. Who did I use? Oh yeah, I used Mucus as the other boarding member. Okay, let's save the crew positions. Honestly, Sandstorm would be better off working on the engines, but he already has experience working on the shields, so I'll just keep everything where they are. I've taken a lot of hull damage, but this should be fine. I'm going to keep the little scrap I have in case this quest turns into a shop. So let us move on. Shortly after I arrive, the ship I was escorting jumps nearby. They thank me for my help and offer me a reward. Wonderful. And that's it. There is a store nearby, however, so the question is, do I dare venture into uncharted territory before visiting the store? I kinda want to, because the store is the only way I can get to the exit. That being said, a few missiles could potentially kill me, and I'm not too comfortable with that idea. I'm tempted to upgrade piloting just so that my piloting isn't disabled by a single shot. It is kinda expensive, but I think it is worthwhile, so let us accept that change. And power up my teleporter and get ready to jump on a risky maneuver to get more scrap. If I take a lot of damage, I'll go back into the location I already visited and then to a store. Otherwise, I'll explore one more location. Let us see what I find. A curious sight greets me at this beacon. A disabled rock fighter drifts into space while two mantis crabs battle it out, presumably over who deserves the spoils. I could wait and attack the surviving mantis. Or I could ignore them. Well, to the victor go the spoils, so let us wait and attack and see if it's a good idea. They have a teleporter, of course, but their weapon systems cannot penetrate my shields, so this was a very... Wait, they can. They have 3 weapon systems, so never mind. Anyway, the mantis craft are both too busy slaughtering one another to notice me. Eventually the small ship gets the upper hand, but they must have blown a fuse in the assault, and the weapon systems are inoperable! Now is the time to attack. Excellent. Very, very good. I could teleport right away, but instead I'll wait for them to come to me and then teleport. So, let's see. Where's the mantis? Oh, the mantis is going to be vented into space. Wonderful. And once it breaches, I'm going to kill it. So let us wait real quick. Okay, good. They actually can just fine breach, kill me with their weapons, but okay. First of all, let's heal up my mantis real quick. And then I'll teleport in. So far so good, they're about to repair their weapons of course. So I need to be swift about this whole affair, but I should be able to take their ship with minimal casualties. Or in fact maybe no casualties whatsoever, so let's get over there and let's kill the mantis. The enemy has an NG and a mantis, I have a slug and a mantis, so I should come out ahead, but James is dying actually. Seems like the enemy mantis is slightly better at its job than mine, so let's run. And get my crew out of there. And heal them up a little bit. So far so good, they still weren't able to repair their stuff. And I can heal up my crew, so that is good. And also, while they keep firing at my shields, my Codeware or Sandstorm keeps leveling up his skill, so that is also very good. Okay, you now move back, get ready to board again, and let us do just that. Finish off the enemy mantis real quick. This guy clearly knows how to fight, but he's no match for my crew now that their vigor has been re-established. Wonderful. In the time it took me to eliminate the mantis ship, the rock must have repaired their FTL drive and jumped away. I picked the bones of both mantis vessels. That is very poor amount of stuff I got from this. Unfortunate. But such is the way of things sometimes, such is the way of things. Let us heal up my crew and get ready to board again as quickly as possible. And jump away. I did pretty well, I took no hull damage, I believe I can risk and brave another location. So I receive a message meant to degrade me as aliens. I half expect an attack, but it seems to have come from a small civilian shuttle. They are brave and kinda dumb because honestly, I kind of want to kill them now and take the scrap they would leave behind. But oh well, let us move on to the store and see what I can find. I cross paths with a rock ship returning from a rare diplomatic mission. Equally surprising, the captain responds to my hails and agrees to a mutual trade. Wonderful. I need to heal up, and I probably need to heal up everything, but let us see what else they have. Backup battery, not needed. Mind control, always awesome, cannot afford it. Hacking, yeah. Backup DNA tank, no. Emergency respirators, no. FTO jammer, decent, cheap, but I probably need to heal my ship. Repair my ship rather. A lockdown bomb. I have not seen this one in the past. Interesting. But I'm not going to get that, of course. I want to get Ion Charger or Best Laser either. I do want another crew member, honestly, I really do. But then I wouldn't be able to heal my crew, repair my hull, unless I sell something. I do have slug crew members, right? And slug crew members, if I recall correctly, they can rule life forms even when sensors are down. But only in a limited location, that is right. So let us see what I do. I could sell Artemis. Actually, I do have missiles now. A few of them, but a few is enough. Actually, if I sell it and the life form scanner, I really like the life form scanner. Or maybe slug repair gel. It's not that useful. It's nice, but not amazing. For 30 plus 19, that's 49. That's over 100. So I could afford a best laser. Level 3. That's even more tempting than another crew member. So yeah, let us sell the slug repair gel. I don't want to sell the Artemis actually. As I said, I do have missiles. So I will sell the life form scanner. It is useful, but maybe I will sell the it's hard to say, both are nice. I will sell the life form scanner. It's okay. I do have slugs. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and buy the best laser level 3 and heal up my hull as much as it is humanly possible. So I'm still in the yellow. I'm tempted to sell something else, but now Artemis is useful under many circumstances. I'll keep it. Disable the fire beam. Take some power away. from the engines power up the best laser. Now this is a weapon of destruction, and on its own it's going to be worthwhile and it's going to be potentially very useful. Later on, having Firebeam and Artemis as well is going to be very nice. It's so tempting to sell the Artemis because I'm still not in a very comfortable position, but if the enemy hits my weapons array, those two weapons could save me, so let us be on my way for the time being. So, arrive at the long-range beacon, that is nice, and what at first seems to be a simple nebula is actually filled with a good amount of debris from a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by my screens and tumbles into the depths of the nebula to be lost to sight. It's hard to determine who the combatants were without closer investigation. I can investigate the battlefield or I can ignore the wreckage. I'll investigate. I scan the battlefield and find little remains. Disappointed, I prepare to jump. Right, next sector is engine controlled. That may be for the best. That Fox asks if he can ask a personal question. That depends on the question. Feel free to ask it, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to go because I'm out of tea, and I need tea to continue this playthrough, so I'm going to call for a break. The question that I was asked, that I'll ask briefly before I resume. So, why pangolin? Of all creatures, it's very simple. My old nickname, which I picked up when I was about 10 years old, so clearly the worst time to pick your internet alias, was PANCZASU, which starts with P-A-N, right? And PANCZASU was a pretty bad nickname because English speakers could never ever remember it or pronounce it correctly. And it's very bad for somebody who's trying to have a working YouTube or Twitch channel. So what I did is I wanted to rebrand but keep some of my old identity and be recognizable. And since a lot of people called me Pan, I decided to look for words that start with Pan. Fun words, and then I discovered that there is such a thing as pangolin. And then I fell in love with pangolins because they are adorable. They are little mammals that behave like T-Rexes essentially. Well, not behave, but walk like T-Rexes. And they're endangered as well, so please do save them if somebody can. Either way, I imagine myself as a big pangolin eating population of other planets as if they were termites. So it's a very, very colorful analogy. Either way, I noticed an NG colony hiding on the other side of a nearby moon. It turns out they were excavating an equipment cache from the Federation Mantis War, and they suggest it might be used to lure the pursuing rebel fleet. I could booby-trap the cache, but I need my missile, so let us just secure it. I have the NG complete their excavations and bring the supplies on board. Some scrap and a drone that I can sell for even more scrap. Good haul. So let us go ahead and ready to jump to another distress call potentially. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Over there and then up, up, up and then back down. Excellent. Let us allow me to drink some tea that I just prepared. Hello Grey, how I love thee. I immediately feel way better. Tea is truly our salvation. Anyway, I arrive at a smoldering NG research station. Its distress call unanswered. Attacked by pirates or mantis most likely. There may be someone left alive, or else something of value left on board. My pangolin senses are tingling. I'm going to ignore it. This place looks in a bad state, probably nothing of use here, time to move on. So, an undetected location, let us go ahead and proceed. By the way, I'll check if the stream is fine. It is fine, good. So, I find a rebel automated scout floating near this beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. I can attempt to download its data stores, or I can just strip it from any useful scrap. I'll do that. I like scrap. Scrap is fun. Right, another distress beacon. Do you want to invest some more in energy, however? Yes, I do. because I want my engines to have a little bit more power available at all times. So let us move on to this distress beacon. I just realized I'm running low on fuel. That could be a potential issue, but thankfully, hopefully, it won't be that big of a deal. So this distress signal originates from a small NG ship under attack by a rebel fighter. But when the rebels see the Federation markings, they tend to attack. So, which weapon shall I use? I do have best laser level 3, which is amazing, but the enemy has 3 levels of shields. And very good weapons themselves. They have flak cannon level 2, I think, and the best laser level 2. Scary stuff all around. I want to use the Artemis to disable it. And I might as well charge the fire beam while I'm at it and improve my engine. So let us do that. Oh, they're going to teleport. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and start them off oxygen real quick. Well, I probably won't be able to do that in time. No, I won't. That is unfortunate. Let's see. Let's keep getting ready to fire. Artemis, fire at the enemy weapon systems, because they are terrifying me. Okay, was able to tear them down partially. Let's keep firing, hopefully injure one of their crew members. Now they do have a clone base, so killing the enemy doesn't really help me. So let's go ahead and fire at the enemy clone base real fast. And get back to my post. Heal up real quick. Okay, the enemy clone bay has been destroyed, which is good. It means that whoever was trying to revive is now unable to do so. The enemy keeps firing. They do have a very good laser weapon after all. But I have some not too shabby equipment. They keep sending people at me. They are crazy. Okay, let's keep firing at their weapons then. Disable them even if... Oh no, they just repaired their cloning bay. Sure, I'll use one more missile to keep them down. I want the ship because I need fuel real badly. So, you heal up real quick. And let's disable the fire beam. Start charging the best laser. Heal up a little bit. Okay, the enemy cannot clone now, which is good. My slug is now healing up. That is mucus. I shouldn't just call him a slug. That is very mean, actually. And let us teleport, make sure the enemy cannot activate any more weapons of mass destruction. Actually, the cloning bay is an issue. I need to kill them fast. And do I dare use a best laser? That's 5 shots. There's no way I can destroy this ship with 5 shots, so let us go ahead and use it on the enemy weapon systems. Okay, I almost... Wait! If I kill the clone bay... I am so stupid. If I kill the clone bay, this ship will explode. I need to make... I cannot take this ship now. Because the only way to capture the ship is to kill the clone bay. But if I kill the clone bay, this ship will be destroyed. So let's jump away and finish off this ship. Unfortunately, that was a big mistake on my part. I didn't think clearly. Oh well, things do happen. Yeah. Mistakes were made. Also, I don't have oxygen. Probably an issue. Let us go ahead and fix that issue real fast. And can you please die? Not only did I not take your ship, but you're also being annoying right now. Alright, at least there are no fires on board, none that I can hear at least. Well, hopefully I'll be able to go past the enemy shields and kill them at some point. Okay, there we go, they're destroyed. I'm regaining oxygen, and the rebels destroyed. I can pick the bones of their ship and wait for the small NG ship to catch up. The NG vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped. Barely a runabout, really. They are trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. I will give them nothing. NG can't feel fear, so they better know it will when I explain that they better know it will when I explain that I am unwilling to help. They set off on their journey and I do the same. So, let us see. My ship has seen better days, so that is an issue indeed, but mayhaps I can do something about it. So, I can give myself a little bit more power. Always worthwhile. This will allow me to have everything powered at the same time, which is good, very good in fact. And, oh, My NG is almost dead. Good thing I noticed because it would have been embarrassing if he died. Very embarrassing indeed. Let us drink some tea while he heals up. Excellent. He is at full health and ready to go, as am I. So let us go. A Federation encrypted signal is being broadcast from a nearby planet. I can send an away party to investigate. Or it could be a trap. I have very little fuel, I do not have the luxury of choice. I will send an away party to investigate. I find a secret Federation outpost, but it appears the rebels have found it before I did. The place is empty and faint bloodstains can be seen in the living quarters. I find the encrypted signal emitter and shut it off before leaving. That was a waste, and very anticlimactic waste on top of that. Oh well, so be it. 3 stores, now this is ridiculous. Also, I cannot go to the exit from up above. Oops. I feel like I need to start running, but I should be able to visit one store. I have something to sell, so maybe it's gonna be good. Let's go to a store, buy some fuel because I need it. The NG can do remarkable things with just a pile of scrap. The NG Hive at this beacon are selling equipment just for that. So I don't care what awesome things they have. They do have awesome things, but I need to sell the system repairing robot. Get more fuel. And you know what? I have very few missiles left. I need to sell Artemis. My ship has seen better days. So I'm gonna do that, and I might either repair the ship or... yeah, that's all I can do. Well, let's repair it a little bit. 3 scrap per repair is the standard price, but I prefer to instead... repair the ship, you know, spending 2 scrap on each hull point. So, let us keep going. I don't know what was going on over there with me saying going. So, it is very awkward that I didn't realize there is no connection to the exit from over there. So, I'm wasting a lot of fuel backtracking. Really bad. I could have sworn there was a connection, but I guess I didn't look hard enough. At the very least, I can reach the exit, but I will not have the fuel to... oh. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and it is still being assaulted by a space pirate. The victim begins the stress message until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if I sit tight. So hear me out. I can either accept their bribe, be able to move on to the next sector, and then be stuck at the next sector. Or alternatively, I can make my way all the way to the exit of this sector no matter what, and then be stuck until the rebel fleet arrives, which is risky, but I would rather have a lot of fuel at the start of the next sector than be stranded at the start of the next sector. And being stranded at the exit waypoint is not that bad, so let us be a hero. The weapon systems are relatively scary, but nothing to write home about, really. Let's get ready to fight. So, they have abysmally bad crew, let's go ahead and murder them. And I will fire at their weapon systems, why not? Let's try to disable them. If at all possible, of course. The enemy captain is about to fall down. Excellent. And finally, one last crew member remaining. The pirates are all dead, leaving the ship dead in space. I scavenged what I can from the ship before contacting its former prey. I was really hoping I would find fuel, since they were offering fuel, but oh well. The pirate's victim quickly jumps away before I have a chance to speak to them. Those cowards! I risked my life to save them. Of course I did it only to, you know, profit myself, but still, I risked my life! So that is very mean. Very mean. I do not approve. Anyway, once I am healed up, I'll return my crew to their stations. And I can now jump to the exit and turn on my emergency distress beacon, most likely, unless something awesome happens. I see a civilian space station with heavy damage. I receive a message. What voice are you giving him? We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. That was a very weird voice, but whatever. I will sell 3 drone parts for 12 scrap. Good deal. Now I could upgrade my ship, but I need to save scrap in case I find an automated refueling ship. So let us turn on the distress beacon. Either way, I'm right here. I have 1 turn before the rebels arrive, and once they do, I'll make a beeline for the fuel freighters. That is all I can do. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Although my lack of fuel cells prevents my ship from jumping, I can still use my impulse engines. Will I spend some time exploring the nearby system? I might as well. I wander within scanning range of a small rebel automated scout. What can it do to me? The best case scenario is that it will have fuel. I cannot board it, which is annoying, but oh well, I can deal with it. And it's charging FTL. Let's fire at the engine first. Unfortunately, they have a lot of shooting, so it will be very difficult to actually punch through it, even with my amazing weapon. At the very least, I do not solely rely on missile weapons that I didn't have missiles for, so that is good. Okay, the engine has me slowed down. Let's see if I can maybe take down their bridge, question mark. Maybe they have very low points in bridge. They didn't. I should have targeted their engine. Well, now I know at the very least. Now I know. Thankfully, because of my 2 points of shields, they are almost unable to actually damage my ship. But they are almost synchronized now, so the next shot might be what it takes to actually punch through my shielding. Oh, they're still charging. Come on. I need to keep on their engines, because if they run away, my bounty runs away. And this would be awful. So let us keep firing. Okay, enemy FTL delayed again, and the next hit should be enough to finish the enemy off. Let us celebrate this by drinking more tea. Excellent. The enemy ship has been destroyed. And I found 4 fuel. This is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Let us move on to the next sector. I can either go to a rebel stronghold or to a Mantis controlled sector. If I go to a rebel stronghold, this will give me more options in the future. And it sounds real metal if I do that, so let us do just that. At one point, this was one of the most commonly traveled sectors. Knowing that the rebels have stationed a number of fleets here, I need to be careful. I am always careful, except for when I am not. Okay, so I could visit a store, or I could first visit a beacon. It is very tempting to visit a beacon first. In fact, I could visit 2 beacons before visiting a store, but no, I'm in a rush to reach to the nebula of this sector. I receive a message from a small refugee convoy. Hail! No, different voice. Hail! Would like to help you on your mission, but don't have much to offer. If you have extra metal, perhaps you could walk on your ship. Inquire about their specialty. They offer to upgrade my sensors. No. I thank them and prepare to move on. That was a waste of fuel, unfortunately. Let's go to our fuel shop. So, I receive a generic advertisement from a nearby public shipyard. It seems that they are willing to work on any ship, not only those of rebel hue. Excellent, they have a bunch of lasers and their Hermes, drone control sensors, backup battery, a bunch of drones I don't need, emergency respirators, reconstructive teleport. Oh, that is so tempting. That is so good and tempting. That is so incredibly amazing and tempting. And the backup DNA tank as well. I so want this, even though I need fuel more than anything. I'll take it. I really shouldn't. I'm now stranded in space with 2 fuel left. And I cannot really sell anything I have. Maybe I should sell the firebeam. It's been ages since I was able to fire this thing, honestly. But the fire beam is so fun. I should sell it. I'm sorry, it was just too tempting. Way too tempting. Anyway, I can get more fuel now. Let's get all the fuel I can get. And let's fix my ship. And that's all I can do for now. So, I don't have any more weapon systems. This is sad, but at the very least I do have one strong weapon. How do I reach this oh no, I went the wrong way. Actually I didn't, I started in here, so... Technically speaking there was no right way. But, oh, I do have to go back down. This star line doesn't connect to anything. Oh, that is awful. Yeah, I know I have a med bay, so this reconstructive teleport is not a big deal. But it just sounds so fun, you know? I just felt compelled to get it. And spend all my hard-earned scrap on it. And make the worst deal of my life. And I feel very happy about it, honestly. So, I arrive at the beacon. To find myself in a huge rebel shipyard. Scaffolding and construction drones filling the sector. The entire system looks devoted to ship construction. The nearby planets and moons ruthlessly mine to harvest resources for ships of immense size. Let's look around. Oh! Right! That is a thing! Warning lights flash as scouts identify the gigantic ship under construction. It is the second rebel flagship. This must be the secret shipyards where the first one was built, and I've accidentally stumbled across it. Even in its weakened state, this rebel ship powers up. I need to get ready. I've got a hell of a fight on my hands. I don't know if I can do this. Allow me to drink some tea as I ponder how I can survive. So the enemy is going to board my ship. I can maybe kill their crew before they can jump back. Maybe. Then I will need to jump in, disable their weapons, or at least kill the crew manning the weapons, all the while trying to maybe disable their shields. So auto fire on the shields, and let us hold on with my teleporting because I need to catch one of the crew off guard. Okay, they're in here. Let's move in and kill them. I don't think I'll be able to kill them in time, but I can try at the very least. Oh, they're very good at melee fighting, aren't they? Okay, and they run away. So, since I can fully heal up by teleporting, let's make good use of the... Okay, there's a fire. And there's another fire. Let's just let it burn out. Let's make sure I have no oxygen. Which sounds bad, I know. Worst case scenario, I'll just run away. Anyway. There's nothing I can do about the enemy healing bay. That is an issue. But I can disrupt their captaining, so I can always hit the enemy. So that is a good idea, in my opinion. So I won't be able to kill them, of course. They can run back to a healing base, so there's a problem. And okay, Ho at 50%, that is somewhat scary. Oh, those guys, they have no oxygen, that is hilarious. Okay, my crew members are damaged, as is my everything. My door controls are damaged as well. Damaged, but that's all that happened. It could be worse. Could be worse. Okay. Let's see if I can kill the enemy crew member and make sure I run out of here. Wait! They're killing my teleporter. Let's make sure they don't do that. Let's close all doors. There's a fire somewhere, probably in here. But maybe somewhere else, so let's open them. Oh no, it's in my door room! Oh, that's awful. Okay. So... Okay, I have I'm being real quiet because... Oh, that's fair. The captain chair might be level 2 autopilot or level 3, but the evasion is lowered if I occupy the captain, so it's still a good idea to attack the captain. So... Reconstruction teleport, yeah, it did save my crew members. It was a good investment in the end. I need to... Okay, I damaged their shields quite badly. Let's fire the missiles next. If I could take over the ship though... Now I need to fire the missiles ASAP. So, the teleporter... That's nice. Let's send those guys to fix the door, maybe. Maybe they'll be able to do that. I need the rest of my crew operating everything. Oh no! Okay. Okay, no O2. This is the top priority for me right now. And let's get the shoots guy to start putting out the fire if at all possible. This is a big issue. Okay, let's put out all of the fire. I need to heal you up. I need to heal those guys up, unfortunately. Okay, my hull is critical. This is an issue. I have disabled the weapon systems at the very least. If I disable the other weapon systems, I could be good. Okay, they hit me one more time. This is an issue. I still have some engines going at the very least. And my crew has healed up. Right, so now with that in mind, I need to fire out the enemy shoots again, unfortunately. Okay, you take care of this fire if at all possible, because, okay, there's now fire in my oxygen room again, so that is an issue. So you go to here, I'll send James, I'll teleport James in, I need him to keep fighting, you guys fix the oxygen situation. Okay, this is so bad, I think I need to jump. Maybe I could take them. I'm very tempted to take them, but I might die if I don't jump. Let us pull away. Emergency FTL engaged. A heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before I have the time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. Let us lock onto their life signs. They beam the Federation. I beam the Federation crew aboard. One gladly joins my crew. Rock! Yes, thank you. Save me from the fire. The rest wait to be dropped at the next station. So, the Rock crew member can just deal with the fire. The Mantis is going to repair the oxygen bay. Hey, I told you to deal with the fire. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I can just send all of you to deal with the fire. Oh wait, the fire is gone because it ran out of oxygen. That is actually good. You guys go to over here, you go to over here. Actually, let's send him on fire duty to this other room because it is currently on fire. Yes, you need to learn that knowing when to retreat and making a small decision is not cowardice, it is being smart. I know, alien concept for you, but still. And by the way, for those of you who do not know the situation with me and Gensler, we hate each other for ages and we know each other very well, so don't be surprised that we're so hostile towards one another. How are we doing? There's still a fire in there, but I can send in the rock crew to finish it off, hopefully. Let's activate the medbay. And make sure that everything is just fine and hunky-dory. I probably shouldn't have the Mantis repair the whole breach, that is probably a very bad idea. Right, the doors are almost operational, excellent, now they actually are operational. Let's close down everything, and you need to get out of this room because you were suffocating to death. Probably not very fun. It is a shame I wasn't able to take down the enemy mothership, but unfortunately sometimes you just have to know when to retreat. And knowing is half the battle, as they say. Let's equalize oxygen pressure across my entire ship. And you were supposed to be in the medbay, thank you very much. So the rock crew member is going to be pretty good at actually invading the enemy ships, but he's also very good at engines, and he's actually even better than Mucus ever was. So let's keep him on engine duty and keep Mucus as the boarding party he is. Hull is still critical, so we're not out of the woods yet. Is there a store nearby? There isn't, so I need to put more scrap into my engines and energy. So first of all, I do have enough energy to power my engines, this is good. Let's upgrade the engine somewhat, so I can evade a little bit better, and I will take away energy from the teleporter for that. Being able to survive is more important than being able to rapidly teleport, most likely, in this particular situation. Let us keep moving then. Onto another location and see what I can find. Aposa. This could be... oh, this is the end. I arrive at an infrequently used beacon close to Aposa. Before long, a rebel ship happens to jump nearby. Looks like I'll have to fight for my life. Hi there, Bassmaker. You just joined to see me die. Most likely. Okay, so the enemy has a teleport and a cloning bay hate deals. And a very, very big missile launcher. Ain't much I can do about that. Let us move my crew to door location, so maybe I can keep the enemy stuck in some room that I can later vent. I can do just that. Okay, let's vent the room. Keep the doors reinforced so I can deal some damage to those bastards. Okay, get ready to fight off the intruders. Okay, that wasn't very nice. I lost my teleporter. I need my teleporter. Let's lock all the doors. The enemy started firing. This is going to hurt. Okay, my hull is really low, but it's going to be okay, unless it won't be. Okay, the enemy teleported away like the cowards they are. Let's repair the teleporter, because it will allow my crew to heal back to full as soon as it is repaired. Okay, my shields just do not want to fire, but I took care of the enemy shields as well, which is great. I can now fire at the enemy weapons and then at the enemy cloning bay, hopefully. This pulsar is working in my favor for the most part. Let's make sure the enemy cannot repair their shields. Okay. My weapons were about to fire and then they were turned off. This is very unfortunate, so let us repair my teleporter real quick. I can kill the enemy crew at the very least, which is good. But I'll take a lot of damage and hopefully I won't die. Okay, I'm still alive. Just barely, but this next missile might kill me. My engines are barely operational and have 5% chance to dodge. I won't be able to do this. I'm about to die. This is the shot that will kill me. It was. I still have a crew. I wish... I'm dead. So, do you know what would be a really fun mechanic in FTL? If you lose your ship but still have a crew on the enemy ship, it would be real cool if you could take over the enemy ship as a last resort. I know, it would require a lot of work, but this would be fun, right? Of course, in this case I still would have died. The enemy had a clone bay and my boarding party was almost dead. So, one last explosion marks my fate as my ship is torn apart. This is the end. And I think I'll call the stream quits as well. It's almost 3 hours long anyway. It was fun. I died a lot. I mean, I died twice, but this is a lot. I got a new achievement at the very least. While using the slug cruiser, have vision of every room in the enemy ship without functioning sensors. Okay, I'm not even sure how I got that, but I did. So, this is it, unfortunately. This is the end. Let's go back to main menu. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Pangolin Advisor, also known as PANCZASU. Thank you very much for watching. The VOD of this live stream will be up on YouTube, edited down to cut the breaks, of course, and before that you can still watch the VOD on Twitch. Tomorrow, today I was supposed to reinstall my Windows, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, and maybe I'll be able to then have a bunch of live streams of Darkest Dungeon. That's something if you are interested in it. Unless you prefer FTL, in which case I can keep streaming FTL, I'm fine with that. Either way, thank you again very much for watching and joining me on this fine night. And I wish you a good night, farewell, and I'll see you online.